Come all you young rounders, the story I'll tell.
This is what most Americans are planning to throw on the grill to celebrate our nation's birthday with. Not this year. This year, we're going big. We're making a uniquely American innovation this year, smoked bologna. Well, hello fellow travelers, and welcome to this all-American 4th of July special episode of camp cooking and down-home recipes with Hardly the Hobo. And why are we celebrating America's birthday with an Italian lunch meat? Because there's nothing more American than grit, ingenuity, and a good barbecue rub. I'll explain as we go along. First, let's get this plastic casing off. That's going to be kind of important flavor-wise. Now this unit clocks in at nearly 6 pounds, so I'm cutting it down to a size more suited to my needs. The rest of this I'm going to process later. Some of it I'll slice for convenience, some of it I'll keep whole to make into burnt ends and such as that. Now we're going to score the chub with the tip of a very sharp knife. We're only going to go about 1/4 inch deep. We're not carving a roast here, we're just allowing it to open up and let the smoke do its work. Some people like to do fancy spiral cross hatches. I like to keep it simple and do a straightforward line grid. Both come out pretty, and they taste exactly the same. Whoever first threw a chub of bologna into a smoker had to have been a redneck, and I say that with love. This ain't some dish born in a culinary school, and it didn't come from some five-star kitchen. This is a classic case of a humble struggle food being elevated by backyard brilliance, real deal homegrown pit masters, mostly in the South and Midwest in this case. For my slather, I'm using yellow mustard. It's classic, it's easy, and mustard is never the wrong call when bologna's on the table. But the fellow that made this rub that I'm using, he recommended using this barbecue sauce, which he also makes, as a slather to get a little extra depth of flavor. Let me tell you about him. He and his missus run a small local business in my area called Voodoo Spices and Sauces. They really know their stuff. And yes, this is a paid endorsement. He gave me the sauce and the rub to try out on this episode in return for a shout out and my honest opinion of them. Now, I don't take deals that I can't stand behind, but everything that I've tried from their line so far has been absolutely top notch. And we'll give these a proper taste test and review at the end of this video. I've got my grill set for indirect heat, and we've got some soaked hickory chips on there. Fuego time! To keep our meat moist, we're going over top of a water pan full of Captain Sudsy's favorite beverage. Low and slow, 250 degrees for about 2 to 4 hours. That's what we're looking for right there. Good color and a firm skin. Now let me show you how we're going to use this here thing. First we're going to cut us a good thick slice, about 3/4 inch to 1 inch thick. Now we can take our slice and we can either sear it on some cast iron, or in this case, I'm going for some grill marks. For our all-American sandwich, we need a bread that's going to be thick enough and tough enough to get the work done. In this case, I went with the Bologna roll from across the border. A little mayonnaise. Let's get a nice slather of that voodoo sauce on there. Now a little coleslaw for our roughage, and since we're not animals, no raisins in it. Now we're going to sprinkle on just a little bit of that voodoo rub for a little extra flavor. And assembled here in the US of A. Alrighty folks, here we are. Moment of truth. Alrighty. So the first thing you taste out of the apple bourbon spice is the spice. And the second thing is those apples. And they're sweet, so it kind of reminds me of that fall apple pie kind of vibe. But this is absolutely delicious. Spicy, tangy, just enough heat to get your attention without making it challenging. The acids in the sauce kind of cut the fats in the meat. Folks, this is one fine summertime sandwich. If you want to take a struggle poverty food and raise it up to an art form, this is it.